Every time you walk outside, you see something else that needs doing, you know? Hold for the plane. That's what we used to say in the movie business, hold for the plane. You'd be out on location and they go, hold for the plane, hold for the car. There's one more thing I have to do before it starts raining. It seemed like there were two, but maybe I'll think of it. Anyway, if you saw my last video, and if you're familiar with my cistern, and if you're not, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you subscribe and catch up on all the action here on this homestead, which I tried to take on to the best of my ability and finances 5 years ago, and coming up on my 5th anniversary that I've been here. And of course, I didn't start gardening until the spring after I got here, because I got here December the 1st, just in time for, you know, cozy fires and getting my furniture and getting moved in and contemplating this huge, humongous move from a certain lifestyle in California to a completely different lifestyle here. So it's been an adjustment. I'm still adjusting. Okay, so back to the cistern. Okay, so I didn't like what I saw when it was emptying in the last video. And so my thought was, okay, just leave the trap, the water release pipe open, and let all the rain that's coming kind of wash through it. Well, guess what? Good grief. Wonder what they're doing up there. Okay, so the pipe, it's a 6-inch PVC that goes from the house down to the cistern, because I have 5, I think there are 5 downspouts off of the steep roof. 1 inch of rain hitting the roof puts 1,000 gallons in there. It holds 10,000. If it didn't leak, which it has been for years. So anyway, I was thinking I'd just let the rain wash through it and kind of clean off this black stuff, which I'm not sure what it is. But the 6-inch pipe has a curve, and so the water goes straight down. It's not going to splash against the walls, and you know, I don't have anybody lined up to pressure wash it. That's what I need. And another person or the same person to seal it. I don't have that yet. I'm looking for that person, and takes a certain kind of person. You know, it's 8.5 wide, 8 feet deep, and 25 feet long, and there's one opening like that up there. Well, if you're down there, you're looking up there. So you can't be claustrophobic, and you got to be flexible to comfortably go in and out of that hole and down the ladder. Anyway, so I thought last night, gee, I have this nozzle, right? In lieu of a pressure washer, I am going to put my hair under my shirt, and I'm going to lean my head in and tighten this down. And I'm going to, well, I need a work light. You need a work light in addition to a pressure washer. The person would need one. And so I'm not going to have that, but I just thought if I can do a little spraying on the sides. Now, I don't think this is going to go 25 feet hard, but it might get 10 feet. And I'm going to drag my last hose, because it's time to get the hoses in, people, you know, before the frost. Don't forget to wrap up your hoses and get them inside, because hoses are expensive to replace. And trust me, I've lost count of how many I've replaced. In fact, we just took, I think it was 3 to the dump. And I cannot recommend Stanley, the yellow with the black stripe. Oh no, 1 season is all I got. So anyway, I'm looking for a really good hose. And this one is new. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's new. And it's 125 feet, I think. So I'm gonna wrangle it over there, and we're gonna spray in there. And I'm going, as soon as that water drains out, because the trap is open, then I'm gonna put the trap on, back on. And then I'm gonna, if it rains a lot, I don't know, if it rains a lot, then I'm gonna put some bleach in there, which somebody recommended me, you know, in 22 to do that, and I never did it. Because I thought, I don't want bleach in my water that goes on my plants. Well, chlorine dissipates after a little while anyway, so we're doing it. All right, let's go. You know, you just hope all the little things you try to do on the homestead work, right? And a lot of them don't. But it builds character, right? It builds character. Now let's see if it'll pull out without tangling. I'm probably just going to have to spray this over the head of the camera. The camera's propped up against the door. And here we go. Well, it does go to the back wall, but it's not very strong. You can see where it's taking some of the muck off, but it's really got to be power washed. This is crazy. Of course, cobwebs are very strong. They can handle any kind of forceful water. That's just silt, you know, on the floor. I'm not worried about silt. And it's probably got a lot of the sand from the asphalt tile roof, you know. Black stripe. Wonder if that could have anything to do with the leak. Black at the back, right? Why is it so black down there? That's creepy. Have to get it piled up. I knew that, but you know, I thought maybe this might help in the meantime. I'm just setting the hose there for a second to keep it going, and we're going to go down and just take a look. I've been pointing out that I'm doing a lot of grounding, and these are my Earthing Harmony grounding shoes. There are different brands. This is just the one that I bought, and I love these. And there's actually, you know, no rubber in between you and the ground, which is, I'm going to try to wear them as long as I can. I don't know what this is, but it's not supposed to be rubber. And that's copper. It's a copper peg. I don't know if you can see it in there. This year is turning out to be about health for me. And so I am wearing these as much as possible. All right, look at the dirty water coming out. That is just almost black. Remember in yesterday's video? It wasn't black. Wow. That's incredible. Incredible. Okay. I guess it's worth it. The hose, it just flew out. I hope we don't get wet. I just got wet. Okay, calm down. Did I tell you to do that? No. No, I didn't. I mean, if I stood here for like an hour and a half, I could probably get a lot of this. I don't think the black's gonna go away, but a lot of the silt will wash down. It'd be nice to stick your head in here and not run into 500 cobwebs. I've got some thoughts. As you can see, the volume is a little bit less with no continuous water. So it's never going to get cleaned out unless you stand in there in muck boots and just go over it and over it and over it and over it. Come here. Look how dirty this is. Yeah, come here. Yeah, what do you think? Look how dirty. Spot, what do you think about this? They follow me everywhere. They're like dogs. What do you think? It's just dirty. I know. Okay. I made this one observation, which may surprise you. Once I leaned over and I got a good look at that. I mean, with this much water on the floor, right? I'm not so intimidated. You know, it always kind of scared me when there's like 6 or 7 feet of water in there. If I had to, the only thing is, how can I'm not going to do it by myself. So someone would hold the ladder when I went down, but I feel like I could power wash it myself. I don't know. That's the one thing that occurred to me. And the other one is, I was going to put a cap on it now, after I washed it out, let it fill up a few inches, and then put some bleach in there, and at least it would kill off any mold around the edges. But it's not going to get any cleaner than I just got it clean right now, because as soon as that stops going out, because obviously the floor of it is not perfectly level. I mean, it should be It should have been poured, the concrete should have been poured with a very slight slope. What do you call it? Drop down to the exit pipe, which is set straight in, well, if you saw that video, you see it's set straight in the floor like it would sit in the bottom of a sink. The minute I stopped putting force, any kind of force, that's not a lot of force, but any kind of force on that silt, it's just gonna, once again, just sit right there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's 10,000 gallons that come down in the next 4 days, which it won't happen, but even if it did, it's not gonna wash that out. That's gonna take somebody standing there going, whoosh, 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 you know, for a good, I think Corey was in there for 3 hours. But I can't talk him into going back and doing it again. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me again. I really appreciate you following my journey here on the homestead. I hope that it's a revelation to some people, an inspiration to others, and an education to others. In some way, I hope I have touched your life in a positive way. That's all I seek to do. Thank you so much. Say bye. Bye. Meow. See ya. God bless.